CAT examination was conducted in the Indus World School yesterday. The number of students who have appeared in the exam in each section is observed to be always a multiple of 10. It means the number of students in each of the given 10 classes, as shown in the diagram given below, was a multiple of 10. Question paper are distributed from the head office to all the classrooms. The number of students taking the exam in some classroom is known, as the number of students in first A is 90 and that in 11th C is not known. The following figure provides information about the route through which the question papers are distributed to each classroom, which means the paper to classroom first A reaches directly from head office, and to classroom 11C reaches from 7th B, and some additional information is also given. Question paper from one classroom to another classroom can be passed only when question paper is distributed to every student in the previous classroom, which means question paper from class 6th B to 11C can only be passed on when all the 40 students of 7th B have got test papers. In next statement, there are 450 questions in the head office and 150 question papers are sent through each route originating from the head office, which means the number of question papers that reach to class A, class first A, first B and second C was 150 each. Each and every student gets exactly one question paper, and in the end the question papers were distributed, which means the total number of students across the given 10 classes was 450. Come to the first question. It is given that the number of students in class 11C is not less than 50. Then what could be the maximum number of peoples that can come to class 5th C? The number of students in this class is not less than 50, and we have to maximize the number of students in class 5th C, and the total number of students across the classes first A, first B, third C, 7th B and 10th B is 280. As we want to maximize the number of students in class 5th C, the number of students in all the classes in which the number of students is not known has to be the minimum, which means the number of students in class 11C should be 50, and that in class 4th A 10, as the number of students in each of the classes is a multiple of 10, so the minimum number of students that a class can have is 10. Similarly, the number of students in class 7th A as well as 9th D will be 10. Therefore, the number of students across all the classes excluding 5th C put together is 280 plus 50 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. This is 360, and the total number of students across the given 10 classes is 450. Therefore, the maximum number of students that in class 5th C is 450 minus 360, which is 90. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. If the number of students in class 9th D is least possible, which means it has to be 10, Then a minimum of how many students are there in class 4th A such that the number of students in classrooms 11C and 5th C are equal, and the number of students in classroom 6th A 7th A is 40, which means the number of students in this class is 40 and the number of students across these two classes are equal, and that in 10th D is 10. So the total number of students in classes 9, first A, first B, second C, fourth A, sixth, seventh B, seventh A, 10th B, and 11th, ninth D is 280 plus 40 plus 10, 330. Therefore, the number of students in classes 4th A plus 5th C and 11th C put together is 120, and as we have to minimize the number of students in class 4th A, we have got to maximize the number of students in classes 5th C and 11th C, and it is also known that the number of students in each of the classes is at least 10. In case the number of students in class 4th A is 10, the total number of students in class 5th C and 11th C will be 110, which when equally divided in these two classes, the number of students in each class will be 55, which is not possible as the number of students in each of the 10 classes is a multiple of 10. So we have to take this number 20. In that case, the total number of students in classes 5th C and 11th C put together will be 100. It means the number of students in each of these two classes is 50. Hence, the minimum number of students in class 4th A is 20. Come to the next question. If time taken to distribute the question papers in a classroom is equal to the number of students in the classroom, then find the maximum time in which the question paper will be distributed in 5th C. Assume that the time taken to travel from one classroom to another classroom or head office to a classroom is negligible. Basically, we have to maximize the number of students in class 5th C. To achieve this target, we need to minimize the number of students in all the other classes, which is 10 in 4th A, 10 in 7th A, 10 in 11th C, and 10 in 9th D, which comes out to be 320. Therefore, the maximum number of students in class 5th C can be 450 minus 320, which is 130. Therefore, the maximum number of students in class 5th C can be 130, as we know that the time taken to distribute the question paper in a class is equal to the number of students in the class in second. Therefore, the maximum time that was required to distribute the question papers in class 5th C was 130 seconds, which is option D. Let's come to the last question of this set. Here it is given that the number of students taking the exam in classroom 7th A is 50. Then find the maximum possible number of students in classroom 4th A. Here it is given that the number of students in 7th A is 50, and we have to maximize the number of students in class 4th A. It can be noted that the total question papers that reaches to class first A from the head office is 150, and the number of question papers required for class first A is 90. It means 60 question papers are passed on from class A to classes 4th A and 7th B. So the maximum number of question papers that can reach to class 4th A is 60, and it is also known that the question papers to class 10th B reaches from class 4th A only. So the maximum number of question papers that can remain in class 4th A is 50. Therefore, the maximum number of students in class 4th A is 50, which is option C.